And so, for the first time in the history of the Kenya Certificate of Secondary School Education examinations, there was no result cancelled. The record is a stark contrast of last year's record of 5,000 invalidations. During a low-key release that happened for the first time outside Nairobi, Education Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiang'i chose Kisauni Shimo la Tewa Secondary to give Kenyans a New Year surprise.
Choirs drawn from state corporations will quickly convene for a short ceremony that will precede the release of this year's KCSE examination results. In what has now become his characteristic fashion, Education CS Fred Matiang'i was out to pull another surprise, and surprises came in plenty. This is the first time in the history of the examination where not a single result was cancelled. Last year, over 5,000 students did not receive their results over cheating.
It is a true and credible reflection of who our children are and how they scored. Without leakage, without any help, without manipulation and massaging of the figures.
A sharp drop was also recorded in the number of straight A's scored in the examination this year. There were only 141 compared to last year's 2,000 plus. Even more perceptible, 16 girls found a place among the top 20 students across the country, with Alliance Girls and Kenya High getting a honorary mention for consistency.
The 141 students who scored a straight A are fewer than some schools registered last year. There are schools that registered 202 straight A's. This year, they couldn't produce 10.
At Mombasa's Memon Academy, an air of jubilation was catching on as students who scored straight A's joined teachers and loved ones in celebration.
I learned about the results while I was at a shop helping out my father. I felt great when I heard it, and then I came to school.
I went to pursue a career in dentistry, in University of Nairobi.
Delay in the release of results in the past was described as an avenue that allowed doctoring of results. This year and going forward, Matiangi says it is a turnaround. Even as many hailed the efforts engineered by Matiangi in the ministry, critics say still there is much more to do to ensure high-level integrity in the national examinations.
This year, there was no cheating, there was no monkey business. We have a clear, clean result, and it can now show you where we are as a country.
And I remember in my class at Strathmore School, the boy who got 4 A's, I remember him, 40 years later. So this nonsense of everybody in the class getting A, please come out of it.
And as the year wraps up, it is clear that the days when societies will cherish and slaughter the fattest bull for a straight A may just have made a return. Regarded as one of the most guarded KCSE examinations in the history of Kenya, this year's examination analysts say may just reawaken the sinking fortunes of education standards in Kenya. Francis Ontomwa, KTN News at the Memon Academy.